Welcome home, racing fans. Well, I have to tell you, I'm pretty excited. I don't have a lot of NSR cars, but the announcement of this Formula car was one that I just had my eye on. I really had to try it. So I just got this in from my friends at Cloverleaf Racing. Great service as usual. And I'm pretty stoked. Again, the car is based loosely on the 1986 through 89 Formula One cars. And that's great because, I like them wide. I don't like the narrow modern Formula One cars that much. They don't appeal to me. This kind of car reminds me of the old Nincos, the wider. I just like them wider like that. And as a blank slate, this test car that I chose here can decorate it any way I want. And this could go right out on my oval, and we could do some IndyCar racing with it too. I'm really not that particular. But anyway, no surprises. The car, just a generic shape, and I think it looks pretty good. One thing that I am impressed about right off the bat is the flexibility of this front wing. I'm telling you, I'm thinking that this right here is going to withstand some hard impacts. That's been one of the bane of these cars over the years. So we're going to see how this holds up over time. Second thing you might notice when you take it out of the box is there's a lot of free play here, and that's okay. That's by design. Now, I've already installed them, but I've kept them loose to show you. You can put the set screws, and two set screws here and here on the top and here on the bottom, and you can adjust your front axle height and set it just the way you want. I had it snugged up pretty good, but I just wanted to show you the amount of free play here. And speaking of free play and float, there is no shortage of it on this car. As you can see, I've got the screws loose. Plenty of body float there, and then when you turn it over with the pod, there's plenty of float right there. So if float is what is what makes you happy, then you should be happy because you're going to have plenty of it here. While we're looking underneath, you'll notice the King 21 EVO motor rated at 21,400 RPM. It might be a little much for some people's tracks. For larger layouts, I'm sure it'll be right at home. There are a lot of fans of this motor. I'm sure it's going to be plenty for my small track, maybe too much. I might swap a Baby King into here, but for right now, we're just going to leave it in place. We've got our standard guide up front here. There is a magnet here. It's right there. I'm just going to leave it here because out here on the wood, well, it's not going to make any difference. But other than that, on the outside, just, talking about the outside, I have really no complaints. I didn't expect a scale detailed car, and that's exactly what they delivered. This is a perfect little car for some club action, as people have been talking about. So we're going to see just how well it performs. So we're going to take this car apart here. We're going to look on the inside, discuss a few of the mechanics, but overall, so far, I have nothing to complain about. Looks like a job well done.